Hey third grade, today I'm going to teach you how to find area. So last week we did perimeter, now we're going to find area, which is all of the unit squares that are inside the figure. So now we're looking inside the figure instead of outside the figure. So I have three examples for you that I'm going to go over, and we're going to start with the first one. So the first one says finding unit squares. So what we have to do is find the area in inches. Now, just because it says inches here, it might change to meters or some different type of measurement. So it's not always going to be inches. So what I like to do is when I'm counting my squares, I like to color them in, or you can X them off. So I'm going to color them in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I know my area of this figure is 18 inches. As you see, when I was going through, I took my time and I counted one at a time to make sure I did not mess up or that I lost track of my counting. So that's example 1. Example 2 is sometimes you will get a shape that is irregular on a grid. So what that means is it's oddly placed on the grid. So if you look at this grid right here, we see a circle. Now it says to count the area of the circle, but it can be tricky. So I'm going to teach you a trick. First thing I want to do is count all the squares that I see that have the whole square available. So I look here, the whole square is there, so I put 1. I see another whole square, that's 2. Another whole square, that's 3. One right here, 4, and one right here is 5. So I counted 5 squares so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are a whole square. Now I'm not done yet. I didn't find the whole area. The tricky part here is here, 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 and here. So right here is a half, right here is a half, right here is a half, right here is a half. So all of these halves, the reason it's a half is because it's half of the square. So what I need to do is I need to count my halves. So right now I have 5, 5 and a half, another half would be 6, 6 and a half, 7 inches. So this area of this circle would be 7 inches. So what I did is I counted all my whole squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I added my half. So a half and a half, if you add a half and a half, you make one whole. Another one, if you add a half and a half, you make one whole. So you add the 5 plus the 2 that I got from the halves, and I have 7 inches. So that's example 2. Example 3 is sometimes have you compare which shape or polygon or figure has the greatest area. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to count inside my figure. You have to find the unit squares inside your figure. That is area. We're not focusing on the outside of the perimeter anymore. We're focusing on the inside of the figure. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And a quick trick is if you know that there's 4 going across and 4 down, you can just do 4 times 4 and get 16. That's if you want to get a quicker answer instead of counting all of them. So right now I have 16 here, so I'm going to put 16, which I know is for this figure. And I'm going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can tell that this figure has a greater area than this bottom figure. Now if you're looking at these figures, sometimes you could tell based on the shapes which one might have a greater area, but it's always good to count and figure it out before guessing. So 16 was greater than 9, so this shape had a greater area. So that's an introduction to area, and I'll be posting more videos on some more concepts that I learn as we go throughout. We're going to take our time on this unit because it's a large unit, so make sure you're understanding the basics first, and then we're going to get more advanced.